All right, welcome to Two Ole Farts. We're just going to talk about the mobbing build for Ultimate Lepic now. We're going to go into the modules right away here. We're using increased efficiency. What this does is it turns the normal sustained fireballs that stay and continuous damage is provided to a instant explosion that essentially takes out anything within that range. But what this does for us is it allows us to, as you'll see here in a minute, just continuously use this ability over and over again without having to reset it. So you'll see as we go through this, but it's again very similar to what we're doing before. We're speccing into being able to get critical hits. So we're front lines and emergency measures critical to give us critical hit rate and critical hit damage. We're using skill concentration to bump up that critical hit damage. Again, we're right at that 92.3% skill critical hit rate. Anything over 95% would be wasted anyway, so I'm happy with that. We're using fire specialists, so we get as much fire skill power as possible. And again, we're focusing on having as much range as we can, so we're skill effect range. Using Spear and Shield to give us a little more defense and some skill power modifier there, as well as MP collectors, so that when we get those kills, we're not having to go and collect the MP on the ground. Nimble Fingers, so that we get a cooldown on the skills that we're using, and then skill simplification, so that our skill power modifier is boosted as well. And the hit we take to max MP isn't huge. A little bit of increased HP just for some survivability in here as well. And so this tends to do a pretty good job in this mobbing. I think you'll agree when you see what we're doing. But I'm going to jump right into that after we talk about the rest of the equipment we're using. So we're using a burning reactor again. This is really a reactor that I have for the boss fights. I think I'm going to start to use a different reactor. It's going to be this one. I just need to change the conditions for the gun. I'm not really happy with Albion cavalry gun at the moment, so I will likely move this over to being either Enduring Legacy or something else. But the fire skill power boost ratio is really good, and the skill cooldown will give you your grenade back a lot faster. So I think for a mobbing situation, this might be the play. Again, we're using the Slayer set. We're focusing on MP and MP recovery in and out of combat, and HP would be a great addition to this, but I don't have that. I haven't had a roll with that yet. Using defense and MP recovery modifier there, and then max shield and shield recovery for the processor. So in general, this is the build. I do want to talk a little bit when we're talking about the modules. I'm often asked, how much work is this going to take? How much catalyzation is this going to take? This is Ultimate Lepic, so 4 of these slots were already done before I received the Ultimate Lepic. So all I had to do was the other 7. So that's 7 crystallization catalysts. And then one of our members was recently asking me, okay, this looks great. I want to build this build. How do I find what I'm looking for? I don't have skill simplification. Where am I going to find this mod? This would be a separate video, but I'm just going to jump into it real quickly just to explain how you go about that. So you just simply go over to the access info on your map button, and then go into the module section, and then basically any module you want to find. Increased shield, for instance. Then you just hold F on that. Tap it first, and then hold F. And then it'll tell you where it's located. If you click on those, then you can actually see not only where it's located, but what the percentage chance, it's this one here, what the percentage chance of that dropping is. So it's a 50% acquisition chance for that mod in this particular location. So it makes it really handy. It's really a nice part of the game that they have in there. So that's how you figure that out. So without any further ado, we're going to jump on in here, and we'll just show how this build works. Now, the one thing that you want to do before you start, let's go ahead and pop your 2 and then pop your 4, and that will activate your skill. And then you're just going to activate the mission here, and then you can see that it just immediately deletes whatever you shoot at. It is a absolute game changer when it comes to that. You just Your mobility is limited when you're doing this, so you have to kind of roll around or grapple around. But you can see it just absolutely deletes groups of mods, and you can see my MP is not a problem. I'm keeping my MP while I'm doing it. If you get into group play, you might switch the mods out. I'll explain that when we get done with this particular run. Now, the one thing that's true of this is when you're shooting bosses, you want to make sure you pop your 2, because that will make continuous damage happen. You want to make sure your 2 stays active. So if you're having higher tier enemies, then you want to have your 2 active all the time so that those higher tier enemies are there. So what I was talking about in the build here is, instead of using MP collectors, right? So MP collector is going to give you your MP back. So I think it's increased efficiency. The mod that we were just looking at. Oh, I got machete on. Hang on. It's increased efficiency that allows you to get. Where's it at? Increased. I don't see it. Not increased efficiency. That's not right. What's the name of the mod that gives you your MP recovery? Energy collection. Energy collection is the mod that you would swap for MP collector. So if you're in group play and someone's stealing all your kills, then energy collector gives you more efficient use of MP when you pick it up. So that would be the play. Otherwise, this is the build. Thank you for watching. Shoot us a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and follow us in other social media outlets, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.